And we're on. All right. Hey, what's going on? Things been good for you? No? Oh, well, anyways, I thought I would go ahead and do another video about what I've been reading. Since I've been doing an awful lot of reading since work's been a little slow. So, I've had the time. And, I very compulsively go out to various half-price books and whatnot as I'm goofing around. So I figured I'd go ahead and start with books that I finished and then move into what I'm currently reading. There is still some overlap with the last video I did about what I'm currently reading because, like I said, I go to bookstores and then I accumulate more and the pile doesn't shrink, it just grows. So, basically, I came across this. This is the novelization for Star Trek Wrath of Khan. You can tell by looking at the book. It's a first printing. It's not in the best... it's not mint, but it's not bad. It's certainly within what I would consider pretty reasonable. It's not like a beat-up copy or anything. And I just kind of bought it on a whim, just because I liked the cover. And honestly, I had some mixed feelings about novelizations in the past. If I've seen the movie, I don't typically understand the point. But then I read this, and it actually kind of really made a strong argument in favor of novelizations because it added quite a bit of sort of, well, not backstory in this case, but you hear a lot of what the characters are thinking, which of course you don't usually see in the film. So, sort of running off of that theme, I went ahead and also got Far Beyond the Stars. An entire novel, 300-page novel, based on a 40-minute episode. Go figure. 270 pages. Really good stuff. The author, Steve Barnes, really expands and adds this is a lot of backstory added here. We get a whole backstory about Benny, Benjamin Sisko's sort of counterpart that wasn't present in the original episode, and he even adds a third time period. So he's skipping back between the 40s, the 50s, and then the present day in the episode in the 24th century. So, very interesting, very sort of powerful read. It's one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek. And it's not even necessarily a great representative of what most Star Trek is, but it's definitely, I think, one of the best in terms of what Star Trek represents and the power of the idea and, sort of moving forward. And then I got this right here, which is The Princess Bride by William Goldman. The hardcover edition. It was $5. I don't know what printing this is. It says, I think this is the book club edition of the first printing. So this is the sort of thing that if you were, I guess, subscribed to the book club, fantasy book club, you would get this in the mail. And this is just another printing of the first printing before the movie came out. So, I love the movie. Most of the dialogue is taken pretty much directly from the book, which I suppose is to be expected. seeing as I believe William Goldman worked on the screenplay, so he just ported over a lot of the actual dialogue. So next, we're moving now into books that I'm currently reading rather than books I've read, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep going with the sci-fi fantasy theme here, and I've got the novelization of Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. I love that cover. It's a really great cover, although it doesn't tell you very much at all about the movie or the story. This is the original poster, I assume, which again does not do a good job of telling you what the movie's about, but it's cool. There's the original cast on the. I say I'm reading this now. I have not actually started reading. I've not opened it. These are a dime a dozen. For whatever reason, you see a lot of Star Trek IV everywhere. Then another sci-fi fantasy read. I've got the Planet of the Apes Omnibus Volume 2. And right now I'm reading Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, which is my favorite Planet of the Apes movie of the original bunch. Well, that and the original. It's sort of a toss-up between Conquest and the OG Charlton Heston one. Then I've got Goldfinger here. Started reading it, have not gotten very far. This was a cheap buy, $2. It's not the first printing. It's a version from the 80s, so it's actually somewhat much later. But I really appreciated the artwork. It's got that kind of gold sheen to it, and yeah. I also got Live and Let Die, which I heard was one of the better novels, which is interesting because it's it's definitely my least favorite Bond movie. It is. Oh, it's something. It is something. Then I've got, moving into the Japanese manga here, we've got Cat's Eye. Lovely artwork. Charming, funny. This is the same author as City Hunter, Tsukasa Hojo. I finished City Hunter the other day. And that's actually the longest manga I've ever read in Japanese. It's originally 33. It's in the 30s, whatever it is. And I've read it from start to finish in Japanese, which is something of a milestone for me in terms of my Japanese reading experience. So it was also it was easy-ish because it's got enough sort of new vocabulary to keep me sort of interested, but it's also got pretty easy grammatically. It's not like using old language or anything. Speaking of using old language, I've got Jesus here by Yoshikazu Yasuhiko. It's always a hard name to say, but thankfully it's right there. Yoshikazu Yasuhiko, which is a historical manga about basically about the days leading up to the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and sort of is he God? Is he not? What is he? What's his purpose? What's he doing? It's sort of told from an outsider's perspective. it's in full color, which is rare for manga. I don't know if that was an attempt to like have it be published overseas. It's kind of funny that they would think that that would happen because, oh, it's very sacrilegious. Oh, it's so blasphemous. So I don't think that this would ever. I mean, this had a digital only release in America, but it was kind of like low res, and the translation was a little weird. And it was never published physically. And I believe that the company that had released it is no longer. So I don't even know if you can still get it except via, less than legal means. There's also a second volume to this, but I don't have it on me right now. So that's what I've been reading. Hope you enjoyed this video. I've been labeling these ASMR. I don't really know if they count as ASMR because I'm not like tapping things or trying to be very quiet even. But I hope you get something out of them. I hope they're relaxing. I enjoy watching videos like this, weirdly. So I figure someone else probably does as well. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking now. So I hope you have a wonderful evening if you're watching this in the evening. If not, I don't care about you.